What's up, guys and gals? Welcome back to the Nerd Castle. Today in the world of indie games, we're going to be taking a look at Buggos 2, a sequel that I had no clue was even coming out. I didn't know that Buggos was getting a sequel, but Buggos was one of those runaway hits that went like semi-viral a year or two ago because it flips the script on something like Starship Troopers. In this game, you are the hive mind in control of an endless horde of disposable bugs that are trying to run a bunch of humans off your planet who have landed and they're not paying property taxes. They're not paying rent. They just like showed up here and started building Gauss cannons and things all over the place to annihilate us. And so they need to be punished. And so today I think we're going to be converting them all into quivering piles of flesh, hopefully retaking our planet and reinstalling the rightful reign of the bug in the universe. This demo is publicly available. You guys can check it out down below in the description. It seems to have a couple planets on it. It'll probably kill an hour or two if you start playing around with it. It's got kind of like a limited tech tree as well that you can feel out, but there are some upgrades to this game from the previous title that I think people will be interested in. A lot of them graphical, actually. This game maintains the simplicity of the previous game just while looking quite a bit better to play, but there are other little adjustments that they've thrown out there as well. You can find a bunch of other Nerd Castle links down below the Steam link just in case you wanted to wishlist the game and then check out Discord or support the channel or anything else like that. But let's dive in and let's annihilate some humans, dude. I've wanted to do this my whole life. So here we are. I'm on the second planet right now. I recorded this episode on the first planet, but we didn't really have a whole lot of interesting bugs to play around with on the first planet, so I figured I'd bring you in a little bit later when it comes to my conquest of the universe and my own property. For right now, though, we've got a water testing facility. They are testing our water quality. Maybe their terrible biological systems are unable to handle contaminants. Yeah, dude. They should just get like a sweet filtration system inside their gullet like we all have. Everything is Brita water to me. Alright, let's get on in here, and this game is actually fairly simple. You've got a hive. It's gonna spawn bugs. This is one of those games that's seeking to reduce a real-time strategy game down, basically to its skivvies, and force you to kind of work around problems while having limited control over your bug and your swarm. For right now, it looks like we've got an enemy blockade over here with flame turrets. They've also got mortar turrets around that are going to be stopping us from getting out. But the good news is the humans have no way to escape from their territory and get to us until we pop the cork on this experience. So I think it'll probably be okay. Let's put down a spitter cave first. This crystal right here makes it so anything that's adjacent to it spawns much more quickly than it usually would. And so we should have some spitters going out and into the world as well. I'll probably get some swarmers in here too just to see if that helps out with what we're trying to do. We can't get too close to the enemy base for right now, but we do have a 250 unit cap to play around with, and these will just endlessly spawn on their own until we have all of that available, and then we'll have to decide what we want to do up here. In this level, the confines of the map layout are probably going to be the principal problem that we have to deal with along the way. And so for right now, let's just send a rally point right there. We'll have all of our bugs rush. Hopefully they do a little bit of damage to those walls over there. They did get one wall down, and it looks like they dealt a little bit of damage to some of the other walls. But we're going to need to take over this territory specifically because we need access to more building space. And it looks like they're sort of breaking through. Let's pull them back over to here. We'll have them pool up one more time. Pooling is going to be a big strategy that you need to learn inside this game. It allows you to basically mass up for giant, ridiculous waves to annihilate the enemy. Aside from that, I'm also going to try to get some nutrient pustules down. These increase our unit cap and allow us to have even more bugs that are going to be hanging out inside of our base before we make our push. Building in this game happens very, very simply. You've got a building called a hive. The hive spawns bugs called builders, and if builders see any faded out buildings around them that need to be built, they will donate their biomass to the cause in order to keep us expanding, growing outwards, and becoming stronger. Hopefully we can get this number up fairly shortly because the humans also have spawners. So the longer we wait to break out of our little cell over here, the worse a lot of these conflicts are going to get on other sides. I think these guys are the easiest target for right now, so I would probably go for them first. We're sitting at 125 units right now. Should be enough for the rush. Go, bugs, go. Annihilate the humans. Rend their flesh. Consume their blood. Add it to our biological data matrices to make us stronger. Ooh, that flamethrower turret's kind of a problem. We do have spitters, though, and the spitters are getting some damage off on the turrets. We don't need to obliterate too much over here. We really just need to get like 1 or 2 of the turrets down, and then we'll be ready for a finalized push. In fact, I think we can probably just leave them trickling now. Let's get another swarmer den over here so that our spawns go a little bit faster. We'll get another swarmer den right there, just outside of the range of what the enemy can do. And after one more round of pooling, I think we're good to go. If you guys can get up in there and you guys can eliminate the flame turret, I think that would be the ideal outcome. Like, it looks like we're getting some damage off on the thing, but it's got a considerable amount of health that we've got to look into. Spitters are going after it. Right now, I only have 3 different types of bugs. I have spitters, I have swarmers, and I have builders. But I should be able to unlock a bigger, gnarlier artillery bug pretty soon, too. Let's get our rally point, put it over there just to get that last tower out of the way. I don't really want you guys to break through that wall just yet. I want this territory up here, and I want it to be mine. So what we're going to do now, we're going to put in like 3 hives right there. We're going to put in 3 more swarmer dens right there. We're going to put in 3 more spitter caves right there. And then we're just going to flesh this entire area out with nutrient pustules. Don't worry about the fact that there may be collision to contend with. I promise you there's not. My bugs, they can move freely over the top of their own buildings. And now is when we're going to really see our population cap start to swell. I think we've actually got enough to make a solid push towards getting rid of some of these guys. So I'm going to have the workers go over there. I'm going to have all of my swarmers come down here and start hitting this wall. And then if I can get a couple more spitter caves, I can send them out kind of like in a rear vanguard so that they get their ranged attacks off before they get annihilated by the endless hordes of mortar turrets that the humans seem so incredibly fascinated with building. It looks like we knocked down a couple of sections of wall, but they're pretty tough along this side. The nightmare of what could happen here is actually just that we pop the cork right here, the humans get out, and then they start invading my territory. That's what I'm a little bit worried about on that side. If I have more room, go ahead and give me some more spitters right there. More spitters would be awesome. It looks like we're actually mulching a lot of human beings right now. I very much like, I don't really recall if there was this much gore and bloodshed in the previous title, but I'm glad that it's gory and there's lots of bloodshed in this title. I think when you're dealing with anything that has to do with Starship Troopers or like StarCraft or anything else where there's hordes and hordes and hordes of bugs, you want to see your enemies just like brutally ripped apart. I don't know. There's something, oh my god, there's so many of them over here. Okay, all of you guys push this way and run them out of our territory because we can't afford the losses right now. Okay, we won the battle on that side. The good news is it gave us a little bit of a breather on this side to kind of like repopulate. You'll want to keep an eye on this. I actually think this would be better displayed as a meter that's like full or empty, in all honesty. It'd be easier to keep track of if it was like the bottom of the screen or something. You guys pull up right here. And we've got to make one last push to get into this area. And really, this game is sort of a very, very real example of a game that takes extreme simplicity and turns it into something that is endlessly kind of fascinating. Like, you don't know why you keep playing it, but there's something almost Pikmin or like Overlordish about it that makes you want to keep taking a stab at like growing your bug horde and getting through levels that previously you probably couldn't clear. And we're fighting over here. Maybe have them go that way. We're actually getting aced like the second we come around the corner on this side. We're not even killing off like the little dudes. So instead what I'll do is I'll split up my rush a little bit. If we have extra spitters, send them this way to go kill off those humans that are coming into our territory. They will punch down our walls if we don't get on top of it. Maybe send that swarmer stack over here just to like keep some kind of defenses on that side. But it looks like our victory is actually being heavily cut off on this side. Okay, send everything. If you got it, flaunt it. Oh, it looks like we might have a breakthrough. Maybe. I think we're looking pretty solid right now. We're actually like making headway into their territory. So I think what happens here is it's condensing everybody down into a single file line that's really struggling to deal with the AoE capacity of this wall. This little 90-degree turn they've got right here is really nasty because when we're in single file mode, we get murdered extra strength easy. All right, send them all in and just see who makes it through. Hey, we got one of the turrets. Very nice. Okay, so we've got more building space now that we can fool around with. In the meantime, have one group of spitters just kind of come over here and hold on that wall. It looks like they've actually mostly nuked all the defenses on that side, which will make my life quite a bit easier. Lots of flame turrets on this side, so I'm not exactly sure how I'm going to deal with those just yet. But we'll worry about that a little bit later once I've kind of like gotten stronger. So one of the things you really want to do in this game is that when you acquire new territory, you want to use that to the best of your ability. And so I'm just going to send builders in like everywhere to populate this area. Like just, yeah, dude, all the nutrient pustules in the world. We're going to need sheer, ridiculous, unfathomable numbers to make this thing happen. I may actually have to clear out some unit cap in order to make this work. We're not getting enough builders, and your unit cap is kind of just used up by whatever building spits out a body first. And so I may need to, like, send some guys in to do some murder so that all of these guys can come down here and build up this area. We've got, like, some of our stuff going, but not all of it. Swarmers, get on in there. I believe in you. Annihilate the enemy's defenses, and if you die, that's a sacrifice that I'm more than willing to make. For thou art disposable bugs, valiant, brave, true in the eyes of scrutiny. Spitters, if you guys want to come over here too, that would also be perfectly fine. I don't really mind too much because the spitters can outrange these guys and actually hit the walls. You guys, swarmers, get down in here and just kind of see what trouble you can cause. We'll just start applying pressure to this entire left-hand side of the map while we wait for building and other fun things to happen. Good news is we are sending in a lot more builders now, which means this area should be done because builders are starting to fill in the unit cap. One turret down. Come on, give me 2 turrets. There we go, 2 turrets down. This game is all about little tiny pushes and pulls that end up being consequential, like in the long term of a 15-minute run. Okay, so my bugs are officially inside enemy territory now, and we've got a really, really good place for mustering and kind of getting everybody together before we push on other locations too. One downside of the game is I don't think you can hotkey your buildings, so right now you've kind of just got to double click on your swarmers and then double click where you want them to go. I would love to be able to set up like control groups, and I don't think you can do that. I tried control 1, I tried shift 1, I tried 1 in general, and it looks like you can't make control groups, but that's definitely one of those additions I would highly recommend to be added to the game just for ease of use. Our pop cap is now up to 500 bugs spawned at a time, which I think is pretty awesome. Let's go ahead, and I want just about everything. So I need all of you guys, all of you guys, all of you guys. Yeah, let's just grab everything we possibly can. Your rally point is now here. Go. Unleash upon them, my little friends. Clickety-clack with thy exoskeletons and show these human beings the weakness of their internal framework. Everyone knows skeletons go on the outside, not the inside. What kind of doofus puts their skeleton on the inside? That leaves so much fleshy mass exposed and open to damage and weeping wounds. That's why you put the skeleton on the outside. Why don't they get this? I don't understand. It's such a simple concept. And now it's time for our catastrophic push. Go! Ah! Destroy them all! Okay, that's significantly less than all, but we did do good damage right here. Everybody come back over here. We're gonna get ourselves a corn dog. We're gonna cool off for a second, maybe with some iced tea. You know, just give it a minute. Unfortunately, the humans are going on the offensive right now, so massing up might take a little bit of work, but I promise you, we've got a long trail of bugs headed this way, ready to cause all kinds of filth and villainy. And boy, when it comes to bugs, we are filthy. We never wash our hands after our pee. Ever, dude. These flamethrower turrets are really becoming inconvenient for me. This is a new adaptation that the humans came up with. They didn't have these in the last level, and that pool of fire they leave on the ground for like 3 weeks is really kind of causing a lot of bug casualties right now. I do think that the war memorial for what we're doing here is going to be ridiculously large. We're going to need to get some zoning permits. And I think that's the end of the humans over here. They shall treat the water no longer. Leave it murky. I lost 6,000 bugs. It makes me feel a little bit guilty. I do like how the actual mission looks ruined on the planet after you get done. So your reward for completing these missions is that you, just like in the first game, you get evolution points. The evolution points allow you to specialize your strategy by connecting different neurons inside the overall hive mind in order to unlock new bugs, in order to get new perks, like you get, you know, much more benefit out of your pustules, or maybe it'll make your bugs faster, or it'll harden their armor. I do think having some swarmer armor would be a good idea, but I kind of want to go for the defender too. Yeah, let's just get more max health for right now. I do think this right here is just for the demo, by the way. If you've seen the neural network from the first game, it's enormous, so I'm guessing it's going to be enormous in this game too. But they could make this more satisfying. So when you click on these, there should be a shadow of, I don't know what the thing is inside your brain that connects a neuron, but these should be a shadow right here, and you should click and hold on these, and the screen should kind of like wobble, and it should do like a, you know, like a biological noise, like something breaking through flesh, and then this thing should shoot out like a spike, hit that one right there, and connect it to the neural network with like some blood drops flying all over the place with physics, with like a big thud, like a schluck. When it does it, like that would be way more satisfying right there, but hopefully that's in the works. We've got a planetary landing port. We've got water storage over here. I mean, the weakness of the humans is their relentless reliance on water. Okay, so on this mission, they've got flamethrower troops. So let's open up fast because this game is sort of on a timer. Like, we kind of want to rush this out the best we can because while we're spawning, they're also spawning. So we don't want to sit and think about it too much before getting our infrastructure up and running. We're going to need some more hives so that we're pushing out enough builders to get things done. We want builders to be the vast majority of our population here in this early period of the game. And then I'll just kind of ring everything with pustules. That way we're getting an extra 2 units for every single one of these globules that we've got around to play around with, because like the main thing that we have going for us is just that we outnumber the humans by ridiculous quantities. I think spitters are going to be doing the heavy lifting here because they have flamethrower troops in this mission, which is new. The swarmers and the builders are not going to be much help against a flamethrower because they've got to be in close base contact in order to make that work. Let's push out some units over here just to keep the humans from scouting out our territory and kind of like getting live up in here. They are surviving a little bit longer in the fire now that they have +1 HP. I can actually like feel it with the way that they're interacting with the game world, and so that's good. They're not dying quite as instantaneously when they come across the flame and the fire. And I just need them over here protecting these buildings because your buildings in this game are really, really fragile. All right, they're made out of like crepe paper. So if they get hit like twice, they die. The humans, their benefit is that they have way better weapons than we do. We've got to pick a direction that we want to go in. This one right here has 4 spawners. That one has 1 spawner. So I'm of the mind that wiping out this base down here is going to take a lot more pressure off of us than take... Oh, we have 2 bases? I didn't realize we had 2 bases. Okay. Let's get some swarmers going over here, I guess, then, just to defend that. I'm probably going to operate mostly out of left field for right now. I didn't realize that I had a second base on that side. Maybe we'll use this just for building up unit cap. Like, we'll use this entirely for pustules, maybe? That sounds like a plan to me. Let's push out a little bit further. And we'll give them a little bit of what for. Yeah, put that viscera on the ground. What makes the grass grow, buggies? Blood. So it looks like most of their units are coming out to beef with us right now. However, our unit meter is not really going down, which means that we've more or less got them matched up and they spawn a lot slower than we do. One of the risks we're going to have here is that when I push, we may end up with an undefended base, which I think we would prefer to avoid. And I think once they run out of troops to just like throw at our faces, we should be okay to make like a tangible push out here. You guys, I don't really know what to do with all of you, but let's get some things going on this side. And you guys just set out here in the front and kind of wait for the enemy. I think what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to occupy most of their forces on this side, and then we're going to have to flood in from this side. I think that's the intent of the level that I'm seeing right now. If you guys don't kill that flamethrower soldier, we are never going to get anything done over here. Like, they were actually breaking through on that side, which is a problem. We need to put some further pressure on them, so I'm going to try to split their units in 2 directions. We're going to try to get them to commit, like, a major wartime flaw right now, which is fighting in 2 directions. And then if we could get some nutrient pustules in here, that'd be great. I will also make an edit because I had to sneeze in the middle of my professionally curated video game video. Flamethrower turrets are kind of becoming a problem, but I see them flashing, which means we're sometimes getting damage off. So just keep the flood going, because even 1 or 2 damage every now and again is really, really going to add up on those turrets. And right now we're somewhat effectively splitting their attention in between 2 directions. If they have their units and they also have their defenses, that's a problem for us. And so let's mass up over here one more time. We'll keep pressure on this side. And they are making a push into the enemy base on that side, which is good. You guys come down here, give it a breast, and then we'll let them pool up for a second. And now that they're pooled up, we will take all of these, and we will attack from both directions. Remains to be seen as of right now whether or not the push from both directions is working. But something's got to give at some point. We almost got that turret right there. It's super close. It's about to go. Okay. You guys pool up. You guys pool up. Go. Go. Almost got 1 turret down on this side, dude. It's taking damage right now. It's on 1 HP. Just get it. Oh, I think they reinforced in time. Definitely problematic. Hey, we got the flame turrets on the right side, though, so that's good. Flame turret. Oh, we got the flame turrets on the left side as well. Hell yeah. Okay, so what I want you guys to do now is relieve pressure over here. Just keep them guessing. These bugs are flooding in and already killing everything, so I'm not that worried about it. And now that we've made this area safe, get my unit cap up as high as you possibly can. Builders, come down there. Let's get some more unit cap on this side as well. But let's not get too crazy with our pushing. Bring the rally point back over here. I'm a little bit concerned about this little force on this side causing problems for us. You guys go finish off the base on this side because they're not pushing out with soldiers over here. You guys, your entire job now is just to apply pressure to that side of their base. But without the benefit of having 3 bases spamming units at us, I think we should be in okay shape here. Walls are going down. They're starting to get chewed on a little bit. Hit them from the other side, boys. Let's call this a day. Let's call this victory for the Great Space Bug Alliance. Spitter's doing work on this side. I think this side needs a second to pool. So pool for a minute. You guys keep drawing their forces over to this side, though. You guys are like the sacrificial bugs. Like, you are the bugs that we build statues of. You guys get to be the hero bugs that have, like, your... I don't know, dude. You have, like, your platoon moment where you're coming out of the jungle getting shot, like, 800,000 times. Like, tell my story! Like, that's you right now. All right, I just need you to be on board with this. It's not personal. I think they may have actually killed my army on the left side. Everything respawned left this time. I don't know why. We definitely need to kill off some humans, though. Like, some humans need to be, like, super diggity dead about as soon as we can manage it. Oh, they're spitting out, like, 4 Marines at a time. Well, ain't that a little bit of a headache? Okay. Not making much progress over there. But we did get a wall down on this side, which is nice. Oh, we got one of the flame turrets. Hell yeah. Okay, I'll take that. Every victory is a slow, skittering step towards great insectoid progress. We will not rest. We will not stop until the human menace has been eliminated. Drive them from their weird little blue huts that look like they came from Namek. The map right now has like a vaguely Georgia O'Keeffe kind of look to it. I don't know, it didn't jump out. I mean, either that or it's a ghost that is crying out in lamentation. Like, there's his, like, mouth, and there's, like, his little arms. He's like, no! He's going through a ghost divorce right now. It's hard on everybody, all right? She took the kids. She took the kids, Gary. She took the kids. And that's that. We have now won. I lost 7,000 bugs on that mission, so, you know, the Butcher's bill is getting higher and higher as each of these missions go by, but I do think that this game kind of marries the idea of simplicity and addictiveness into a very, very tight, clean package. If you're into things like Pikmin, if you liked Overlord, but you didn't feel like dealing with all the puzzle solving, you'd rather keep it mostly to, like, battles. It's a real-time strategy game that gives you limited control, and it requires you to constantly be observing and figuring out what has respawned where, because you don't control that, in order to kind of keep the enemy guessing and hitting them from different angles. I like the first game, therefore I like the second game. I'm having a good time with it. Buggos. Check it out. You can play the demo for yourself. My name is Splattercat. I sift through the pile to find what's worthwhile in the world of indie games every single day so you don't have to. I'll be back tomorrow. Bye, folks.